Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. We're looking at a petroglyph right now of possibly an elephant or maybe a boar. Looks more like a pig to me with like a tusk. So this is a small little petroglyph on this arrowhead shaped piece of white quartz that is painted. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to be looking at some carvings of eyes on these artifacts. These artifacts perhaps were old tools. This may have been an old pestle that has been split. We see that a lot. And as you can see, there are little drawings and things on that. The brown and the peach color or the yellow color there, they all define something. You can see these large carvings for eyes. It's going to be several different ones, you'll see. This is a fun one because it's very smooth until it gets to that big eye, and then you can see all the small little lashes coming out of it. And as you tilt it in different angles, you'll be able to see how the sand and the clay is kind of helping us out a little bit to see those carvings. Beautiful, beautiful piece of history. There's little black petroglyphs on the eye of this person here. You can see the hole for it, and many times they pack the eyes with little adornments and sometimes even gold. Find gold in these eyes. There's gold in them eyes. This is a bird head. See his beak right here? It's like a cardinal. See his crest? Beautiful. You can actually kind of see through it, which is awesome. It's a good representation of what we're looking at. This multifaceted art is really interesting, huh? It's fun. This is before TV. It's before radio. They didn't have the things that we have today. So they used this kind of art. Look at this beautiful bird, the crest and everything carved out, very defined. So it's not just the bird beak and the eye and the crest that you can see, of course, but it's the wings too, if you look closely. It's the entire bird. And it looks best as if we're looking over the shoulder there, so you can, looks like a sparrow face, kind of, the eye, see the lashes and things. Very neat. Switch these up to 60 frames because I feel like, I was told to move it to 28 frames for editing and things to make it easier, but I think 60 frames is gonna come out better for us. And as you can see, this is a bird head, a big plaquette style bird head. You can see the edges on it, how it is chiseled and worked to a blade, maybe like a hand axe. And it's a bird head this way, facing to the left. It does have carvings and things on it. Pick your eye, you know. You can see the characteristics of the hashing is throughout this. If you look at the ridges of his head, you can see how the ridges come out and poke. You'll be able to see a little dot there. It's probably representing the main eye for the big bird. We flip him over. Turns into Birdman. So this is Birdman. You can see the carving right here and his carved in eye, his long nose, and he will have a small little ripple or indentation for a mouth. And I'm going to zoom in on that eye for a moment, but I'm going to move this around a little bit too so you can see. This is the long-nosed Birdman of Cahokia. You can see these large petroglyphs all over this. Looks like an arrowhead shape petroglyph. That's just on first glance. It could, more than likely, it's just a giant eye. I hope you guys are seeing this eye though. This is the one that we're looking at. And I'll zoom in on that here. And you can see how the clay is kind of stuck inside of the carvings for that eye. And so this is the big bird man. half bird, half man, protector of the tribe. These plaquette styles are found all over the place. There's different types of plates. A lot of times they would use these kind of plates to cook on. They would put this on top of an open fire and then put their fish or whatever else they might be cooking on top of it and cook on these. I found a lot of these bowls and plates, but this is more of an effigy, as you can see. This may have been the plate of a person who passed, perhaps. I think that maybe their belongings were buried with them. Here we have some small little bird effigies. These are really neat. They're pulled fresh out from the site. These are some of the things that I collected recently. Not sure exactly how this is a bird effigy. I'm gonna kind of get a pinpoint on it. See, that's how these are. They're puzzles. And so you guys might be able to figure it out before I do. It's like some kind of animal. Perhaps it's another elephant. Yeah. Yep. Can't get away from these pachyderms. This is just the elephant rock. Okay. Maybe not. I see another one. Yeah, I mean, you can tell the pachyderm faces. You see the red eye and everything on them. I wonder what it is to the left. It's a weird one. It's almost like the child's toy. It's like a kid's toy. I could investigate this a little more. There's probably nothing but sweet, happy faces on it. That's the way the girl toys are. These little face effigies, you can see how they have little lips and noses when you tilt them right and get the profile just correct. Look down on it in different ways, but they saw a pretty rock and they're like, hey, what the heck? Why not? Let's create something on it. And they would see an inclusion like this and they're like, that kind of looks like an eye, and they would keep that in there. And when you tilt that correctly, you can see how that big inclusion with the spot in the middle, there's the nose and the mouth of the person with a beard. There might be another eye in here too. Let's look at the bird though. The bird is very pretty. He's painted. So this is an archaic or very old artifact. You can see the carvings for the bird eye. And the way I kind of look at him is like this, but he's a bird in different ways, so that's why he doesn't look perfect. Let's look at him over here. Lots of different paints and portraits of people. Look at this one. Some of these portraits get very small, as you can see. Really neat one. You can go down the rabbit hole with this one. Oh, yes. So this is a smooth face. This is like a recessed face. That's the nose, of course. And you can see this big headdress on this person. We're going to go ahead and flip it over. Sorry if I'm so fast about it. To really give you a moment to check it out. And there we are. And what we'll do is we're going to flip this over. Sorry, I get kind of excited. I want to show you all the things because I know where the next ones are coming from. And on every edge they're on there, but just these little etchings and markings and things, that's how detailed these are. So you can see the black spot right there. You see how it just looks like a black spot. It's not really looking like an eye until you tilt it. And when you tilt it, it comes out in that diamond shape and you can get the portrait of the person out. Let's go ahead and try that. That's it right there. Something like that anyway. Let's go ahead and look at a few more, guys. This one is one of the small ones. You can get really lost in these small ones. They have lots of different images on them. So let's go ahead and look at just a few more that I collected from the site. So of course we have our gateway pieces. We'll probably save this one for later. It's got a lot of different carvings and things on it. This is going to be a very complex one. It's the skull type with the flat bottom, so it's going to have lots of faces on it as you twist it, but we'll go ahead and go through a different type real quick. So this one is probably made of a pottery. I'm not exactly sure yet. I'm kind of scared to wash it off just yet. Zoom out just 1 degree. So you can see the clay pack still in this fella's eye here. He's got his headdress on. And we're gonna go ahead and twist this around, and you're gonna see lots of different portraits and images and eyes and things in this. It's probably packed with things. A lot of times there's smells like lavender and things in here. Looks like there's some cedar. I see a wood chip. Most of the time that's cedar. But as you can see from this, there's some left side portrait with large headdress, big bird hat again. This one's pretty heavy, guys, so you can see the clay pack for the eye. I'm gonna go ahead and set it down right here if I can. Move this out of our way. So there are some large clay pack eyes still in here. You also see little carvings and embellishments and things in this. Little clay figurines. It's a pretty amazing piece of art. So, looking at this top portrait here with the upturned nose and of course the hair. This is going to be like those wooden totems where you can spin them. You can see how they're really kind of meant to spin on an end here. There's some really wild faces in here. So we'll go ahead and go through this one a little more. Maybe over the fire or something like that at night, because this one looks kind of spooky. But it's neat that it's preserved the way it is. You can see inside the holes there, the way that the clay packs were put inside, and there's even wood chips and things. That's probably just a flake that fell in there, but there's things in these cavities, such as gemstones and crystals and things like that. So a lot of times there's seeds, which is what I think that just was a seed. So I've left these things out in my area and they grow. They end up growing as time goes on. So this is a pretty weird statue. This one's kind of a freaky one. So we'll definitely be doing this one together. And for now, I think I'll go ahead and leave it here, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.